Hi everybody, it's Mena. Welcome back to my channel, or if this is the very first video that you're seeing of me, then welcome to my channel. Please be sure to hit that subscribe button down below if you didn't already. I post every day except for Tuesday and Friday afternoon sometimes. And today in this video, I'm going to go over the top 5 worst times to have a beverage. So it's good to be hydrated, like have water and stuff, or if you're thirsty, you could always buy whatever drink you want. And it's really good, but these are times that you probably should think before having a beverage, because you either may have a long walk home or a long ride home, depending on where you're going, or a long bus ride home, depending on how long you have to wait, or you have to end up using the restroom at the last minute because you drank so much water or whatever beverage you had. So it's just good to be mindful of these things. So I'm going to get started, and I have a couple story times about how I had some beverages before doing these events, which I made the mistake of doing, and I did have an accident, but I definitely learned from the mistake, and I will say which ones they are and link them down below as well. So here we go. So number 1 on my list would have to be before going to bed, unless you get bed, but only if you have bedwetting problems. So whenever I was a kid, I would always accidentally ask for a cup of water at the last minute, but my parents wouldn't let me have it because they didn't want me wetting the bed, because they thought if I had a beverage before going to bed, I would probably start wetting the bed more. So that's just a good tip, just for you guys. If you have a bedwetting problem, it's probably not a good idea to drink a beverage before you go, right before going to bed, because what if you have to go to the bathroom and you can't wake up in time for it? So just keep that in mind if you have enuresis. So think about it before having a beverage. Number 2 on my list would have to be before a long car ride. So you never want to have a beverage before going on a long car ride, just because it's very difficult to stop for a bathroom, and there may not be a bathroom miles away. So just keep your beverage with you, but don't drink it all right before you're going in the car, because then you'll have to stop for the bathroom, and then you'll have to wait for a very long time. So good idea is, if you do have a lot of your beverage, just go to the bathroom before you leave, even if you don't have to go, so then you don't have an accident, or then you don't make the driver stop in the car. Number 3 on my list would have to be before going on a public bus. So you never want to have a beverage before going on the public bus, because if you do that, you're going to have to wait a really long time to use the restroom. And I've definitely done that before, and I would hold it in for almost a half an hour, which I know is not really healthy. I mean, I would accidentally have a Nutribullet juice before getting on the bus, and then by the time I get to where I was meeting my friends, I would go to the restroom right when I would get there, because I would hold it for so long, which was not a very healthy idea. But honestly, it just happens sometimes. So I stopped having the Nutribullet juice beverages before getting on the bus in the morning, because I would take them with me, because there are a lot of times where I had to go to the bathroom right before getting on the bus, and then I would have to make everyone else wait for me, or I have to rush, or I'd wait till the last minute to abdicate. So that's why I kind of stopped doing that, because I had to go to the restroom so much throughout the day because of the amount of the beverage I had to drink. So it just happens. So just keep that in mind, to go to the restroom a few hours ahead of time before getting on public transportation, because you don't want to miss your bus, and you don't want to have an accident on the bus. And I have a full story about how I wet my pants on the public bus, which was quite embarrassing. And if you want to see that video, I'll link it down below if you didn't see. Number 4 on my list had to be before going on BART. So you never really want to have a beverage before going on BART because you'll have to go to the restroom right before getting on BART, and then you have to like rush to get to your BART train and stuff like that. And BART trains don't wait for people, just so you know. So you should always like go to the bathroom several hours beforehand because you don't want to go to the bathroom right before getting on BART because or else you're going to miss your BART train. And I've definitely almost made my friends and I miss our BART train one time because I accidentally had a NutriBullet juice before getting on BART, and it kicked in at that time right when we were about to get on BART. And luckily I was quick and went to the restroom, and then I came out right away. So I felt really bad, but luckily everybody was super flexible about it and we didn't miss our BART train. And so just keep that in mind. Don't drink any beverages before going on BART. Number 5 on my list would have to be before running a race. So you never want to have a beverage before running a race because it's so hard to stop to go to a restroom before running a race because you won't have a place to stop to use the restroom, and you got to keep kind of going. And if you stop in the middle of the race, you might get yourself lost from your group, or you may not be able to get back into the race. So just keep that in mind. It's just maybe use a restroom before going in the race. If you have like a really huge beverage, just keep that in mind. It's just maybe go to the restroom like a couple hours beforehand. Don't go during the race because you may not be able to get back into the race, or you may get separated from the group of people you're running the race with. So that's definitely happened to me, is like I accidentally had an accident in my pants when I was running a race in my city. And that was only just because I accidentally drank a mango lemonade beverage. Mango dragon fruit beverage from Starbucks. And those things make me have to go to the bathroom. And I have a full story about that, which I'll also link down below if you didn't see. And I'll also link the time I accidentally had a lot of beverages on my way home before going back home during a local zombie crawl, and I'll link that down below as well, and that was not a very smart decision. Okay, so those are my top 5 worst times to have a beverage. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I hope you guys take my advice and not to have any of these beverages before any of these events that you're doing. So keep that in mind, that if you're going on a long car ride, or if you're going on public transportation, or if you're going to walk home or going to run a race, don't have a beverage before these events. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I post every day except for Tuesday and Friday afternoon sometimes, and I'll see you in another video soon. Bye.